Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of Before We Leave. Hope everyone is doing great today. I know that I am. Today is June the 28th of 2020 and we're jumping right back on into things today. So, when we last left off, we got our space elevator up and running here on Earth to hopefully prevent more whale attacks, space whale attacks, and you can see it here, our nice big space elevator, which is just, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. It's so tall up, you can't even get it all in frame. I mean, I guess you can right here, but it's hard to get like a good side angle of it. This is pretty much the only angles you can get of it, is just like that. So, and then the other thing that we did is we did fight the Minotaur in the last episode. So we accidentally awoke the Minotaur, and then we built a training grounds on our snow planet on Mars to train our peeps to fight off the Minotaur. Now it does seem like it's not like a definitive defeat of the Minotaur. Rather, he will be back. So it's good that we have those training grounds there. It doesn't seem like it's gonna jump islands or anything like that. So really, we should be fine with just having that one on there. It'll be curious to see though if we explore other islands how that ends up going. But with that being said, I was thinking about getting our wheat production up and going on this island because we have kind of left it to just sit. We colonized here mainly for the oil resource and the oil production, but then we didn't really do much more around it. That was pretty much all we did here. We only have 18 peeps here. We do have a decent amount of resources, I'll give it that. And then I think we were also mining out iron too. We were mining iron from this island, if I'm not mistaken, and we were sending it to our first island, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe we weren't actually doing that, or maybe I turned it off. I might have turned it off because we ran out of iron here. Hang on, let's see here. Do we have any? We just have oil and stuff. We have the iron mine, but we just don't have it set up. Okay, so this was a miss on my part. So we were originally getting iron from over here. Oh, yep, there you go. Just talking on the Minotaur. The Minotaur has reactivated, and then a wrestler is off to wrestle the Minotaur. Oh, well, I clicked on it, so we're going over here to see it. And the wrestler defeated the Minotaur. Where's this at? Where are we at here for the Minotaur? Right there. Dang, you got him pretty quick, too. But now we are kind of on Mars, and I don't want to be on Mars. We want to go back to Earth. Is this the place, right? Yes, where we have our iron going. So we do need to actually add that back to the supply line here. So from the next steps to the start, we want to add in the iron. Where be the iron? I'm probably looking right at it. Is this the iron? Iron ore. Yeah, I was right on it. So we'll send that all to the start island. Because I don't think the other one had it, right? Yeah, the other one doesn't have it, but this one will now have it. It'll send all of it to there. Do we have a warehouse dedicated to storing any iron on this island? I don't think we do. I think this is just oil. Yeah, oil and stuff. We don't have a warehouse dedicated to it. So we probably should put one in here, realistically, so that we can house it and then we can send it. We can backlog it and then send it as needed. So let's get a warehouse. I mean, we could put another warehouse right next to this one. Or we have one up here. What's sitting in this one? 2 resources. We have stone and wood up there. It's kind of interesting I put wood up there. I don't recall putting the wood one up there. Because where is our wood gatherer? Oh, he's right here. That's our wood gatherer right there. Really, it would be better if we just had this be stone and iron ore, but I'll just put it like that. It'll divide it. It'll not allow us to hold as many, but for the time being, I think that's fine. We can just have it like so. And then I did want to get wheat fields going on this island. I thought it'd be kind of cool to get that production up and going. And then we could send those resources back to the main island on Earth here, so then they could be shipped out if needed or whatever it may be. Because obviously our first island here on Earth has become pretty much our central warehouse. That's why we ultimately put the space elevator there, because of, is this? No, okay. Because of the amount of resources that we're holding there. So let's put in some wheat fields over here. I think that would be plenty. 4 wheat fields. And then I do want to get a kitchen and a mill going. So here's the mill. It does require power. It doesn't say it requires power, but it says it gets a bonus from being by power. Interesting. Which we do have a power mill over here, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yep, or wood generator. Yep, power mill right there. We don't have a scrubber out here. We probably should do one of those as well. Get a scrubber up and going so that it's cleaning up a lot of this nasty pollution we have going on out here. Now, I always get mixed up. Where is this bad boy at? Right there. Cool beans. So we could stick this right in here, and it has a wide effect. Or, I mean, that's really all we need right there. And it kind of expands it out even further when we do it there. Right here should be fine. Let's get a scrubber in over there. We might need to increase our peep presence on this island as well. We don't have many. We only have 18, like I said. So let's get, we don't have tools. Okay. Hold the phone here. We might need to be sending some tools to this island. So let's go to our supply line to here. And they are sending over 20. That's what they do send. They are sending a decent amount of tools over to us. So we already are set up with that. We should have a backlog of tools, which would then allow us to make homes. So our first wheat was made. We definitely want to get some storage set up for it. Let's actually kick it into a higher gear here, because we do need those tools coming to the island. And they should be en route, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. I know I just got there. Do we have any tools yet? No? No tools? No tools. But I thought we had it set up with tools. So it should be sending 20 tools. That is its ultimate goal. Okay, it's at the start. What is happening with this? Okay, now it's coming. What is going on? Okay, it's going to the start again, but it's not grabbing any tools. Not taking any tools for this trip. Why? We want to maintain a target of 20 tools, but it's not taking any tools. What is happening? Why isn't it taking any tools? Is it bugged? Okay, now it just doesn't have anything because I clicked off of it. So maintain a target of 20 tools. Check. Now let's see if it does it this time, because it is moving fuel, which is great. So it's going back. Okay. Why doesn't... It's not taking any tools. What's going on here? I'm confused on why it's not taking tools. Is it because the port is already filled up with stuff? Maybe it's already filled up. Incoming resources 4. What if we upgraded him? Yeah, let's upgrade the port. Maybe that'll help it. I don't understand why it wouldn't be sending the tools to our island, because we definitely need them there. We are getting pretty maxed out. Not enough peeps for all posts. Alright, so those are waiting to get finished up before they send anything out. That one has glass. I want to click on that one. Can I not click on that one? And that one has the fuel. But when it's going back, it only should be taking tools to that island. So realistically, there shouldn't be a problem. But clearly, there must be a problem. For some odd reason. So we did upgrade this, so it can hold double the amount of storage, which is awesome. And it seemed like that was probably the problem, is that it was pulling in resources and then holding them, and unfortunately it just didn't have enough space for everything. So now we have tools chilling there, but we have a ton of fuel, but we don't have, hang on, let's bump this down. We don't have enough space for all this fuel, I think. I think we're running out of some space here. So do we have fuel set up anyway? We have iron there. This is a warehouse with clothing, which I guess I should designate this. Clothing. Glass and fuel, here we go. So it can only hold 60, and I think we're at max for both. So I think we need to get another warehouse going specifically for these separately. Or we could just upgrade this. What is this? Okay, I just want to see what the upgrade does. It can store more and increases the amount of and the number of workers. 10 glass, 10 tools, 10 stone. I feel like I'd much rather separate it out to a separate warehouse before I upgrade it. So let's actually take this off. We're going to just make this one fuel only. And then we're going to build another warehouse for our glass. So let's get one put in there. And yeah, we're going to... That is the one thing, is like with all of these warehouses, they take what? Two people per? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 20 people in storage alone, in warehouse storage alone. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a bit. And we did run out of iron there, so we could move that maybe? Or do we not? We don't have any other iron resources on the island. So that's all we got is that. So I guess we can demolish that bad boy. Get that iron mine out of there because there's nothing left for it to collect on, and we don't have any more iron resources on this island. I wonder if... Okay, so we have... Then this one, the next steps, we have what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 iron... 5 iron resources on this island. We might want to get a mine up and going on here to send back to the main island, because this is our... I mean, this is really our hub. I mean, this is where we are storing everything. Are we out of iron storage? Okay, this one's done. No? Why? For some reason. We should have iron somewhere. We have iron ore. This is iron. Okay. We already are maxed out on iron. Holy smokes. Okay, maybe we need to upgrade our iron there. And we're still waiting on that one. It's just got a little sliver left there. And there we go. Okay, so we can change this one. This is going to be glass. So this is, honestly, I feel like we're starting to really pick up now on things. It does get a little bit hectic, I would say, once we start getting to this stage where we got to kind of start managing certain things and making sure resources are getting to where they need to go. And I can see now why the population could get extremely high, especially on our main port here. I mean, this is our main island, like I was saying. We have pretty much everything stored here. We do need to go out adventuring, though, and find more. How are we doing on steel smelting? So steel, we're maxed out as well. Now, where is our steel at? Tools? It looks like we're maxed out on tools as well, so we probably should upgrade our tool storage. And then that's stone, steel, and we're maxed out on steel. So let's upgrade that as well. We'll upgrade all of those. And let's kick it into max gear here and see what our ultimate outcome is from this. I'm curious what it's going to leave us at. You know, like how much storage we're actually going to have, like capability-wise. Double the storage. Oof, okay, that is perfect. So I definitely would recommend, if you're doing this, try not to double up resources in warehouses. If you have the space and capability to do so, separate them out, make them individual warehouses per resource. Because ultimately, I mean, you're going to need the space for them, and being able to have, I mean, even from a stage 1 warehouse where you have 120, being able to maximize that 120 slots of storage for one specific resource is super crucial, and it's really, really nice, especially when you start considering that a lot of these resources are going to be distributed out, possibly amongst different planets. So, yeah, definitely break them out as much as you possibly can, and then upgrade. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. We got doubled the storage because we upgraded. But unfortunately now we definitely have to upgrade our housing here because we need more like people working. We need to upgrade to apartments so that we can have more peeps on our island. And we do have a school, I believe, right? Yes, we have our school, so that is generating more peeps. Actually, there's no workers there right now. I don't know if it's just the time of the day or what's going on with that, but we'll get those upgraded. And unfortunately, we're just gonna, we're gonna have to keep expanding. We're gonna have to keep putting more like peeps in here. So we could get more right over here. We could put 2 more housings in there, and that would actually be covered by this. But we do need to get something else going maybe. Oh, I forgot. We did put the music shop over here. So this should help increase our peeps' happiness as well. Oof, okay, this island is getting crazy. Okay. Now, what is the next expectation level? 120 workers. Okay. Now, I'm a little curious. 9 empty posts. Holy smokes. Okay, so we definitely need to increase our housing here. A meeting square. Oh, that's pretty cool. I forgot that we got that in the last episode. So this will add a good amount of people, and I think this is going to be our next step here. We definitely need to get more housing going. So that will get built, and then it'll add a few more peeps to this island. And then I guess we should do another upgrade over here. And hopefully that'll bring the total amount of possible capacity for peeps up high enough to where we need it. But okay, so we figured things out. I know that was a long thing, a long time spent on that first island there, just to make sure that we get tools to this island. But now we are set. We have tools. So let's get our mill up and going. So where's our mill? There's our mill. And we could just put it right over here, being like relatively close to the power. Or, it'd be kind of cool if it was close, but not like that close. I don't know if I necessarily want to put it on a grass block, because grass blocks are obviously utilized, can be utilized to plant food on. So let's put it right there. And then let's get rid of those. And I guess the Minotaur is just going to keep coming back, like I mentioned. I mean, there we go again. Reactivated. Wrestler went off to wrestle it, and then the wrestler has defeated it. I feel like this is way too often. What is this? Maybe like 3 or 4 times this has happened within like the 18 minutes that we've been recording thus far. I feel like that needs to be toned back maybe just a little bit. I'm going to kick it into high gear here, though. So we got that going. What do we need for our kitchen, then? Because that's the next thing I want to get going so that we can produce bread, which will bring it's a decent amount of happiness. We need power. We need storage. We need the mill to make the flour. We need water, and then we just need power. So that shouldn't be too bad to do. And it looks like we have another space whale coming our direction here. So we could put that there. Yeah, we can put that there. And then what we're going to need is definitely a warehouse. We need a warehouse to store some of this stuff in temporarily. And I'm just going to put it right here. I think that's a great spot for it. I mean, we could even recede it back a little bit. Let's put in a road coming out that way. And then we will put in the warehouse. Where's the warehouse? There it is. And we'll kind of stick it back there. So it's not just out front and center. But this is going to look really cool once it gets all said and done. Now, do we have any other? We don't have any other iron deposits on this island. We had that one there. There's a lot of space out this way. We have more oil over here, so if we needed to tap into different oil resources, we could. But I think, like, I don't know if this is just unlimited oil to fuel production here. Because if you look at it, it doesn't have a durability or a amount, much like these mountains do, where there's like 500. This doesn't say. So I'm going to take it as that it's unlimited, but we'll have to wait and see. We do need to get another house up and going in here, though. I'm going to stick with houses for the time being, just because we don't really need apartments just yet. I think if we were to put in maybe 2 more houses, that would be good. We have 1 well right there, but maybe we should get another one up and going, or we could do... Oh, there's solar power generation, but we need a decent amount of resources to get the solar power, but it doesn't cause any pollution, which is pretty cool. How does that compare to this one? Every 10 seconds? That one's every 3 seconds. But it only produces power when in sunlight. So if it's dark out, it's cloudy at night, it's not going to produce anything for us, which makes sense. But they did have... Where was it? I'm trying to find... Maybe it was under these resources here? No. Right here, maybe? We got that... Oh, here it is. The desolation plant. So it produces water and salt. We just need some steel. So if we sent over 10 steel, we could get this going and it'll produce water for us, which would be super awesome. To have a water production on this site here. So actually, let's go to our shipping lane here, and let's just have it send over some steel. Doesn't have to be that much. What do we only need? 10? So let's send 10, maintain a target of 10. And that should send it over here. Now, what is going on here? So they're suffering from fatigue. They definitely want better clothing, it seems like. Yep, better clothing. Better clothing. Yeah, better clothing. They all want better clothing. So what we can do is we can go back to our first island here. Are we getting any clothes to this island? We don't have any clothes here. But if we go to this island, the next steps, do we have any clothes here stored up? We do. We have clothing here. So maybe what we should do, it's just clothing. It's technically not good clothing. Well, what's the difference? Oh, good cloth and then good clothing. This is just clothing. Good clothing just gives peeps double happiness. Okay. And what else do we have stored here? We just have cotton stored here. But I thought I set up my supply line. Okay, can I go to supply lines here? I thought I had this sending clothing. Ah, but it only has 15 on the island. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted clothing. Clothing. Reserve units, 5. Let's do 5 reserve units. We'll send the rest of the clothing to the main island, and then I do want to check on our spaceport here. We got to go to system view to view our space trade, because I think I had it set up to send clothing to a different planet. But it looks like I have since taken that off, so we should be fine. So we have one between Earth and Venus, and we have one between Earth and Mars. And Earth is sending out a decent amount of resources to both. We're not sending any... We are sending tools that what are we not sending? Gadgets, yeah. Okay. So let's go back to Earth here. So then, realistically, do I have a place set up for clothing? I do, and gadgets. But I'm not sending cloth, so just clothing, which will be fine. So they should start getting clothing supply then. And then what we can do is set up a different line here. It'll be sending all those there. And then from the start, we want to send clothing. Units to reserve, 5. Let's just reserve 5. And then we'll maintain a target of infinity. No. Let's just maintain a target of 5 on the next steps. There we go. So from... No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted it the next steps. Oh, wait. Okay, no. I was right. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay. Units to reserve, 5. Yes. And so it'll be sending all those. And then the start is going to keep 5 at the day. Okay, cool. We set it up. Perfect. So we should be set. Okay. Took me a minute there, but I figured it out. So it should have been sending clothing over to this island. We do need to set up this though. So I want this to hold wheat, flour, and bread. We'll hold all 3 in there. I know I'm going against what I was saying. Bread. About separating everything out, but I think we'll have such limited amounts that it should be fine. So we're gonna get bread up and running there, which is perfect. It's supposed to be sending clothing over here, but I feel like the clothing might be a little buggy for whatever reason. But that's okay. We need more workers. We don't have enough workers on this island for everything that we have going on. So we're gonna have to build another homestead here. And you know what? We gotta nix out this. And I think I'll put a fountain right there. That would actually be really super. That's a great sentence. It'd be really useful right there because it should hit all of our housing in here. If we do it like that. So we'll put a house there, and a house there. And kind of have this whole little section just dedicated to our housing. That is going to take a hot minute for them to get there. And luckily we don't need to have a fountain just yet because we're not to a high enough amount of peeps, but we could always do it to hopefully increase their happiness. And then I'll probably put one here too. Get another house there. And then, like I was saying, the fountain goes right here and it hits all of them. So it'd make them super happy. I'll just throw it in, why not? We have resources that we can do it with. We got those going. We got all this stuff going. How are we doing on like water? We got 13 water. I feel like we're gonna want more production of water, like I was saying. We just need tools, which we don't have enough of, it's saying. So, and we could honestly stick this right over here. We don't have any resources for whatever reason it was saying. If you noticed that there for a second. It said we didn't have any stone, steel, glass, or tools for whatever reason. Well, we should be getting enough here relatively shortly. It's just because we're building up the different houses here and the fountain. There we go. And then they should get the fountain going relatively soon here. And we do have a school on this island. I always forget what islands have schools or not. Alright, the shape of the stars is close enough we can see it's heading for Earth. Hopefully it doesn't hit us. Bump down the speed a little bit here. We should have everything we need for this now, so let's give it a go. Let's put it over here, because it'd be kind of cool. The desalination plant. We'll stick it right there. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool looking. We got our nice little mill going here that they're not happy in, but that's fine. But it's kind of cool. It's facing the wrong way too. I mean, it realistically would be hitting those mountains right now, but you know, that's just nitpicking, I guess. But that's fine, so. But yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. They're building that fountain up there. We're getting more peeps in here. How are we doing? How many empty positions do we have? We have 8 empty positions. So I feel like we're going to need... but there's 6 children, and the children aren't going to be working. Once they get to adulthood, though, they should be fine. Yeah, so I'm not too worried on that. We should be okay. It'll build up. We have plenty of housing for all of them. It's just that they need to get to adulthood before they can actually start working. Because obviously there's no child labor in this game. That would be pretty ridiculous if there was. So what are we storing up on? We are storing wheat. We are storing that. And we have bread, but we're not actually housing bread yet. Not enough workers. Is that the problem? Is that why we're not making it quickly enough? I'm guessing that's why. I'm guessing we need more workers in order to be able to produce bread quicker. And we just don't have that yet. Okay. Let's go to space view here. Or system view. Let's see where this whale is. He's so far away. Holy smokes. Okay, let's kick it into high gear here. I'm just curious where it's going to hit us at. I want to click on it so I can see this bad boy coming into sight here. Please don't hit the start. Okay, it looks like it might hit the next steps, but it's kind of hard to tell its projection from that being that far off. But I don't think our space elevator's to the point yet where we can actually utilize it. Unfortunately, we are trying to produce food to put in it, but I mean, it required like 1,000 food, so, which is a little bit insane. 1,000 food, like, I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. And we haven't encountered a situation where it's taken off. Oh no, is it going to the start? Is it taking the bait? It might be taking the bait. I'm trying to see. It's going right near the start. Takes the bait! Feeding from your offering instead of the planet. There we go, boys! Oh, it was so worth it then. Oh, wow, okay. I got a little bit close to that whale. Oh my god, I'm so excited. There's no reason for me to be that excited. But it did take the bait, and it ate the food instead. Dang, we have a lot of food in there. Now, we have 600 food in there. 600 food. That is definitely... I'm hoping that most of them are going to be taking the bait. And now that I kind of think about it, we probably shouldn't have put that on the starting island where we have everything housed at. Because if they go over there and they decide not to take the bait, then we're kind of screwed. So, we'll just have to see. But I think we're at a good stopping point. We already are over our 30-minute time frame here. This island looks like a crapshoot now. This island, for whatever reason, is struggling extremely hard now. People are not happy. They need better clothing, so we almost need to get like a tailor up and going on here. Because for whatever reason, the clothing seems to be bugged when you try to move it around. I've tried to move it from one island to the next, but maybe the peeps are taking it as they're getting it on the start island, and before they're actually sending it out, it's not being prioritized. I really don't know. So we'll have to figure that out in the next episode. It might just really be worth it for us to set up a new production of clothing on this island. I mean, we got plenty of space for it. We could put some cotton out here and everything like that. So, but anyway, guys, with that being said, we're going to wrap up the episode there. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Or better yet, leave me a comment. I love reading through all your comments. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll let you know every single time a new episode is posted to the channel. I have been streaming over on Twitch. That link is in the description. Right now, my schedule is Friday afternoons from, 12:30 to about 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's here in the States. So if you're interested in that, go check me out over there and drop a follow over there. But other than that, guys, thank you for sticking through till the end. I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.